Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Having announced that he's leaving frontline politics and going to the backbenchers before losing his seat at the next election, I'd imagine, Patrick Harvie is calling for more rent controls, more protection for renters. We all know why. He is a renter. He doesn't own his own house. Despite being in politics all these years and actually earning quite a lot of money, he decided renting is the way forward. Well, he's going to regret that now, of course, because, once he does go, who the hell's going to hire him? He's not someone that you'd actually want to work with, is it? He's got no skills. He's got no talents other than being a gobshite, I suppose. And so there he goes. Off he goes, and he'll have to sit there and work out how the hell he's going to pay his rent. And then his landlord will boot him out because he hasn't. And that, of course, is why he wants all this protection. He wants to be able to live there rent-free and never get thrown out. Because, well, I've lived here a long time. You can't throw me out. It's my home now. That's not how it works, Patrick. But, of course, there is a lot of people going the other way. They're saying every time you put something towards the tenant and away from the landlord, more landlords leave, fewer people have the opportunity to even rent a property, therefore increasing homelessness. Ah, yes, but the state will build lots and lots of social housing. No, they won't. First of all, the state hasn't got the money to build enough social housing that's required. And secondly, builders don't want to build it. They can't make money on it. If they're going to invest their money, they want the biggest possible return. And it is return on investment that counts. So unless the councils are willing to pay commercial rates for these properties, they're not going to get built. But of course, the councils can't afford to do this. Problems. It needs a whole new approach. But what it absolutely doesn't need is landlords being punished even more by the likes of Patrick Harvie to give even more rights to tenants. Otherwise, there'll be no tenants. They'll all be gone. All the houses will go. Now, it's finished, isn't it? 31st of March saw the end of the rent controls. And yes, rents are going up. But they have to. Some rents haven't risen properly for years. Since the COVID days, these rent controls have been in place and extended. And yet, over that time, the inflation, it's getting close to 40%, in such a short time. So, of course, the rents are going to go up. There's nothing you can do about it. But here's the thing, and what a lot of people don't realise, is that landlords don't actually really want to put the rents up as much as possible. They only want to put them up a little bit to cover expenses. Insurances go up regardless. The cost of maintenance goes up regardless. That's got to be covered. But generally, landlords, especially if they've got good tenants, don't want to price those tenants out. They want to keep those tenants. So they only put it up a little bit to cover the expenses, etc. But keep the tenants in place. Good tenants are like good landlords. You've got to look after each other. It's a partnership. 35 years in the construction industry. I know what I'm talking about. We, not my company, the company I work for, had over 100 rental properties. And when we got good tenants, their rents went up minimal each year. Bad tenants, we rented them out, boom, 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 just to get rid of them because they were pains in the arse. They weren't paying the rent or anything like that. And that's how it works. The good tenants never have a problem. Let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Goodbye.